China and Taiwan are bracing for what could be the most powerful storm there in years.
Today is supposedly the biggest typhoon that Taiwan has ever seen in the past 20, 30 years. We're gonna get closer to the action to probably see with our own eyes. Alright, but before we see how this typhoon has deeply impacted my style, we need to understand what typhoons are and how they create.
Typhoons are tropical weather events that naturally develop over a large part of the Pacific Ocean. To get a good typhoon, we need a few things. The sea surface temperatures must be 26 degrees or more. We also need high humidity levels, a Coriolis effect to develop a low pressure center, and a low vertical wind shear. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is hard to develop and must be rare. Well, not at all. While there is no specific typhoon season over the Pacific Ocean, we can count up to dozens of them from May to September, each of them following their own path and impacting their land of choice. Today's typhoon is named BAVI. It developed a week ago over the Marshall Islands and was categorized as a super typhoon of category 5 due to its registered winds of up to 285 kilometers an hour. Fortunately, this little guy weakened as it approached the coasts of the Philippines, Japan, and Taiwan, where I currently am.
Now, to properly understand the impact of typhoons, we need to look at rivers. This river is not supposed to be like this. This is how it's supposed to be. Let me say that it is slightly larger. There's a whole part of the cycling way that has collapsed. And all the way there. I don't know if it is due to trees falling or anything. But that can't be good, huh? That can't be good. Now, what do we see so far here in Taipei? I am now in, let's say, the southern part of Taipei. As of 10 a.m., there hasn't been that much strong winds. It's been mainly raining, and that's it. Typhoons, floods, all of that is very common here in Taiwan. This is why the city, a long time ago, has started to build floodgates. Those floodgates are activated. They're closed as soon as there is a risk of flood. Indeed. And as you will have seen on the other side, everything is closed. There is no access at all to any of these parts for safety reasons, of course. Alright, let's be honest for a minute. It's a good thing that this typhoon is quite disappointing, because in the end, it was really supposed to be the biggest typhoon in 20, 30 years. So the fact that it is not is a good thing. It means that there are less damages to the city, to the land, to the rivers, to everything, but also maybe less human damages, hopefully. Even though the typhoon has not fully passed yet, I feel like its impact is going to be quite limited. Everybody is prepared. The whole city is prepared. They have preparation plans, evacuation plans, rescue plans, everything that is put into order. As soon as we got the alert that there is a typhoon incoming, and it is thanks to that that we're able to limit the risks and the impacts of such natural disasters. Alright, but to properly understand the impact of a typhoon, we need to go higher. So we're gonna do a little hike. It goes without saying that I do not recommend going into parks and small mountains like this during typhoons, but I know what I'm doing. It's when you go higher in altitude that you start to feel the real wind, the real strength of the typhoon. The typhoon is here, so we know that where we are is impacted by the typhoon. It is just that the typhoon in itself is weakening. Should have brought my broom. And kids, this is why you don't go hiking, you don't go in the mountains when there is a typhoon, because this on your head, it hurts. No, I'm not talking about experience. No. But no. I know that I'm tall, but come on, I'm not that tall. This tree is falling. So let's go, huh? Now I know that when you clicked on this video, you were probably expecting to see a lot of damages. Very, very big typhoon, something very dangerous. And I think that's what has kind of broken us as well with social media, is that we're actually expecting to see something bad in the videos that we click on. And I know that the title says, I filmed the biggest typhoon in Taiwan, because this is how it was shown, how it was portrayed on the media here in Taiwan. Because I'm trying to, I'm saying, as a precaution. Okay, you wanted something bad, here it is. Okay, you got it. You happy? No. What I meant was as a precaution, but in the end, it turns out that it is not, and it's a good thing. That's what I'm trying to highlight here. Okay, I'm just trying to say that it's actually a good thing that this typhoon is not that big. You know, the video would have been more impressive and more, yeah, sure, but in the end, it is a good thing. I was cleaning the branches just here off camera, and here we have a whole tree down. That's less funny. That's less funny. Okay, that's a big ass tree. Oh yeah, it just snapped right there. I don't know if you can hear it in the video. There's a bird. I don't know what it is. But we should also not forget about wildlife, because wildlife, at the same time as us, is just wondering what the hell is happening. They don't have the answers that we have. They don't have the windy app. They don't have the weather forecast on TV. They don't, no. They need to just adapt. And they're here. Very cool. Exactly. Alright, now it's windy here. Oh, it's warming a lot. It is windy. I've reached the top of my little mountain. It's not raining that much though. I put that. It's not even that wet. So, good. We got a very open area here. All the branches of these trees have fallen. But I think the tree was dead. Little birdie bird! Come back! Quit. They don't want to do the quit with me. Hey, don't get angry like this. I'm leaving, okay? So right now it's approximately 12 p.m. It is supposedly the moment where typhoon is the most active, like the most present in the area of Taipei. But since I am a little bit south of Taipei, I feel like maybe this is one of the reasons why I feel it less. That's Taipei 101. Yeah, you're jealous. I know. And as we leave this little forest, after wandering around for, I guess, maybe 6 or 7 kilometers, it is now time for me to answer this question. Is this Taiwan's biggest typhoon in the past 20-30 years? Well, the answer is no. Of course not. Is it a typhoon? Yes, of course it is. From a weather perspective, this is a typhoon. Is it a big typhoon? In Taipei, where I am right now, not that much. But is it a bad thing that it's not a big typhoon? No! It's a good thing. It is a positive thing. Let's not forget that typhoons are destructive, and that the less we have, the better it is. Unfortunately, looking at the weather forecasts, looking at all the events that are happening in the world right now, we know that these events these typhoons, these super typhoons like the one we're in right now, are going to multiply over the next years. And we're just gonna have to adapt, I guess, just like we've adapted to these ones that already exist today. But on this not very positive note, but still hopeful, I wish you a good day, I wish you a good week, I wish you a good whatever you want. I invite you to check out my brand, the Perdurant Collective, of course. Now what do I do with this? Huh? I invite you to check my brand, the Perdurant Collective. The city is empty. I invite you to check my brand, the Perdurant Collective, and of course, subscribe, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you very soon for another video. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll see you soon. Be safe. Bye-bye.